Hey everybody, welcome back to the Pet Food Puzzle Guy, and today I'm going to kind of muddy the waters a little bit. I know that we've had lots of discussions on my channel. Dr. Ray has gone into this exhaustively on her channel. You can see it on other good sources. But the discussion about when the AFCO statement says for all life stages versus when it says for maintenance or for adults. And we've talked about this before. We don't want all life stage because all life stage means what? That it has to be high enough in nutrients for all life stages, which includes puppyhood. So why would I want to feed a puppy food to my adult dog and feed those excess nutrients that they don't need and that they really shouldn't be getting that they needed when they were puppies? So I'm going to muddy the waters here a little bit. I've kind of been reluctant to get into this, but I want to point it out, and it's good timing now because Dr. Ray just did a review on Diamond Naturals and had a slide showing all the different diets. And when I was looking at it, boy, I said, this is a perfect opportunity. I really need to point this out to everybody. So let's go ahead and I'll tell you what I'm talking about. Okay, so now I have often said, when you look at the bag of food, turn it over, look at the AFCO nutritional statement and see if it says for all life stages. And if it does, and you're feeding an adult dog, then you really want to pass on by with that food and go to one that says for maintenance or for adult dogs. And again, the reason is it's all about optimal nutrient levels. We want to feed our pet based on their life stage, based on the life stage needs that they have. And growing puppies need an incredible amount of nutrients, macronutrients, micronutrients, you name it. But when they hit adult, we want to start controlling certain ones of those, whether it's protein, fat, calcium, phosphorus, and such. And then, of course, when we move into the senior years or into a medical situation, then we're going to manipulate those nutrients even a little more. Notice I didn't say ingredients, manipulate the nutrients, not necessarily the ingredients. But that's another video. But when we looked at Dr. Ray's, she did a slide of about 13 or more diets from Diamond Naturals. So if you didn't watch it, you really should go check it out. Animal Doc Ray, and I'm sure you're going to learn a lot. It's awesome to have all that information in one slide. That's a lot of work. But I want to focus in on just 4 of them up in the corner because I found it was kind of interesting. And let me just bring it up here and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. And you can go and look at it yourself. Look at all the diets. Don't just look at the 4 we're going to look at. But here's adult dog, beef meal and rice. There's lamb meal and rice. And then there's all life stages chicken and rice. So there's an all life stage food. And the next one next to it is large breed chicken and rice. And you'll notice the mineral content, the calcium, phosphorus, they're all in red. As a matter of fact, I think across the board, except for just a few exceptions, Dr. Ray made them all red because they are a little over what the optimal level would be according to Small Animal Clinical Nutrition. So that we can just say right away. And it's hard, as she has said it many times in her videos, and so have I, it's very hard to get the mineral content under control because of the ingredients coming in. If you're feeding meat meals, as an example, or fresh meat, doesn't matter, you're going to be getting calcium, you're going to be getting phosphorus. And if it's low grade, full of bone, hair, hoof, feathers, chicken lips, as I like to say, dirt, whatever, you're going to find higher mineral content. So that's something you'll never see on an ingredient panel. You have to look at the nutrient levels to see that. So I'm looking at these 4. And the interesting thing is 3 are adult diets. 1 is an all life stage food. So again, we already know what an all life stage food is. But who determines, here's the question, who determines whether they're going to put all life stage on the bag or for maintenance? Is it the government? Is it the FDA? Is it AFCO? No, it's the food company. Okay, so let that sink in. I know so many times people say, well, you're from the industry. Why do you blast them so much? Because I just want to be honest with the information I know and what I have. And I'm not a big fan of the NRC. I'm not a big fan of AFCO at all. I think it's more bureaucracy than nutrition. I try to stick with nutrition where I can. But in this case, you have to understand this. This is where I'm going to muddy the waters a little bit. If you're used to looking at the bag and it says all life stage, so okay, I'm not going to look at that one. Well, here's one for maintenance. In my mind, that tells me what? The mineral content in this food is more addressing my adult dog and her needs versus the all life stage food, which is offering me a puppy food. You would be right, but not exactly. And the proof is if you look at these four foods, what you're going to find is that if we look at Dr. Ray said what she would feed, and I agree with her, the best food that they made as far as controlling nutrients is their large breed chicken and rice. It's an adult life stage diet. And the calcium and phosphorus, yeah, it's a little over the optimum range, but you're not going to find too many foods in that optimal range. You're just not. It's very difficult. It's very expensive, extremely healthy for your pet. There's no doubt about it, but it's very hard to find. So of all the diamond diets she put on her chart, this is the one she would choose to feed, and I agree. But look at the all life stage food right next to it. This is a puppy food. Now, if you're going to say all life stage, by law, you have to make sure you're not deficient in any of those nutrients. So you have to follow AFCO regulations there. So to say all life stage is basically saying you're a puppy food. And what do we find? We find, yes, the calcium and phosphorus is a little higher in the all life stage food than the large breed chicken and rice. Aha, there we go. Glenn's right. Everything's right in the world. This is the way I determine if I want to look at a food or not. Well, the problem is look above that. What do we see with the adult beef meal and rice? We see a calcium and phosphorus level much higher, into excessive levels here. When we get into 2.4? Yeah, 2.4 and a phosphorus of 1.6. Clearly, that's over the limit, for what I'm looking for. But what does it say? It says adult life stage. So here's an example, and it jumped out at me, and that's why I'm sharing it with you. Again, I don't want to make things more complicated. I know some of you get so your anxiety levels go through the roof trying to compare foods and all, but you need to be aware of this, okay? Look at, again, the all life stage food would probably be healthier for my pet than the adult beef meal and rice. And when I say healthier, having a better optimal nutrient range to help reduce the risk of disease, help maintain health. That's what healthy is. It doesn't mean the better ingredients, doesn't mean it tastes better, all this other stuff. It's just the nutrient levels match the need better than the other food. Okay. And we see that yeah, the all life stage food is actually better. So here's the question. Could Diamond take their adult dog beef meal and rice, can't speak tonight, and change their nutrient profile to say all life stages? Absolutely, they could, because this diet sure looks like to me that it would fit into that range fine. They're choosing. It's not AFCO, it's not the NRC, it's not the government, it's not the food police. The company is deciding they're going to call this adult maintenance, even though they could call it all life stage. So, and then if we look at the lamb meal and rice, again at 1.6, 1.2, again, higher than the all life stage food. Now, there's others, like I said, the large breed actually turns out to be the best one of the lot. But this is a real good illustration. And again, I hate to now burst your bubble that you got used to. I'm going to avoid all life stage foods and just look at maintenance foods. Well, it's still a good thing. If it says all life stage, they're telling you, you don't have to do your homework. They're telling you the nutrient levels are high enough for growth. And so probably I don't really want to choose that one. But just because it says maintenance, you're not done yet. What do you have to do? Nutrition Mission, you folks out there, what do you have to do? It says for adult maintenance, what do? Show me the nutrients, right? Look at the nutrient levels. And that's what Dr. Ray did on this chart, which is just, it's great. I wish we had an exhaustive chart like this on every brand. I think we all need to write Dr. Ray and tell her, just you're okay, you're a mom, you're a wife, you're a practicing veterinarian, but come on, you got time. Do a chart like this on every brand out there, IMS, Science Diet, Pro Plan. That would be awesome. That would make all of our lives so much easier. But anyway, I wanted to point that out. Maintenance, I'm going to look at the nutrients now because, as Dr. Ray so brilliantly illustrated in her chart, just because it says for adults doesn't mean the nutrient levels are optimal. So sorry, it's a little more homework. I know it's complicated. What can I say? So hope you're all doing well with the new year, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care.